Hi, I'm Larry Levin, and welcome to another edition of Hey Hey 5 and 5. With us today is Steve Sorkin, my good longtime friend, and Administrative Director of the St. Louis Rabbinical Association, among many other hats. Welcome.
Thank you.
First, many of our readers and viewers may not even know there is a St. Louis Rabbinical Association. So tell us a little bit about what it is, what it does, and who participates.
There is indeed a St. Louis Rabbinical Association. It's been around since about the mid-50s. The exact year it started is a little bit in dispute and fuzzy, but it is an umbrella organization for all the rabbis in the St. Louis area.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only rabbinical group that's open to all rabbis, no matter what stream or branch
Mm-hmm.
or
movement,
denomination or movement or whatever you want to call it. We variously use the term intra-denominational or trans-denominational, but it currently is made up of about 3 dozen rabbis,
mm-hmm.
Orthodox, Conservative, Reform, mm-hmm. Reconstructionist, Renewal. The rabbis meet monthly as a professional organization, but also sponsor adult education programs, do a lot of interfaith work, represent the St. Louis Jewish community in all sorts of
articles in our newspaper.
Yes, and write the Devar Torah in the Jewish Life
exactly.
every week.
So what kind of discussions occur among the rabbis that might surprise folks who don't know about their interactions?
Well, I can say from personal experience, I grew up with somebody who felt very, very uncomfortable ever calling a rabbi anything other than rabbi. It took me a long, long time to get over that, to
mm-hmm.
learn how to call a rabbi even by their first name, even after I had worked with them for several years. I'm still not quite comfortable doing that. So,
but you don't say, hey, you, for instance.
I don't say, hey, you anymore, or ever. But I did finally learn to just say Jim instead of Rabbi Bennett, for example, or Rabbi Goodman. But I guess the point is that it's amazing how human rabbis are. I don't mean that in a negative sense, but they're warm and fuzzy and friendly and supportive and just nice. And I can honestly say, I've been doing this for about 10 years now. There hasn't been a single rabbi I've worked with over 10 years that I haven't liked personally and enjoyed working with. And they're just a great bunch of people.
Now, you've been so heavily involved in nonprofit endeavors your entire life. What is it about this one that is so special to you, so meaningful to you?
Well, a couple of things. I like working in the Jewish community. I previously worked for the Jewish Community Relations Council
mm-hmm.
and through the JCRC, also with the Jewish Environmental Initiative. So it keeps my feet sort of grounded in the Jewish community professionally, which I enjoy. But also the second thing is that it's a great opportunity to work with a great group of professionals.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say that they're a great group of people personally, which I really, really like. It allows me to dabble in a lot of different things that I enjoy doing.
You have 2 beautiful children, and you've learned in the course of raising them a lot about developmental disabilities. Can you talk a little bit about that and how it's affected your perspective on life in general?
Sure. Well, my older son, Aaron, who is 18 and will be graduating or going through the graduating ceremony at Ladue High School mm-hmm. in just a couple of months, or 1 month.
Go Rams!
Yes. Has what is called CHARGE syndrome, C-H-A-R-G-E, which is an acronym for a whole lot of different things,
mm-hmm.
but it's multiple disabilities, both physical and developmental. He's a wonderful child, and we love him dearly. He's presented some challenges, although I always make clear he is nowhere near as big a challenge as my average developing teenage daughter, who is much more of a handful at this point. Through Aaron, I've gotten involved and learned a lot about the whole world of or the challenges facing people with physical and developmental disabilities. I had been a volunteer for Paraquad even before Aaron was born, and my wife had worked at Paraquad for a while, so it's not like we were completely unfamiliar with it. But when you're thrown into the world of individual education plans and having to advocate for your child in the school and coming up now in the workplace and all sorts of walks of life, it does make you think about things, makes you appreciate people who do develop lack of a better term, normally, I guess, physically and developmentally, and the challenges that people with disabilities have to overcome.
And how do you, obviously you work for a Jewish organization, but how do you see your Judaism in your work, in your life? What does it mean to you?
I've always considered myself or identified myself very strongly Jewish. both culturally and religiously. My Judaism and my belief system that was framed by Judaism has helped heavily shape my belief in social action and social justice. But I take the religious aspect of it seriously also.
Steve, thank you so much for taking time with us today, and thanks for watching another installment of Hey Hey 5 and 5. Until next time, so long.
Thank you.